Good morning students, welcome back to the class 12, subject accounts, and we are into the last questions of an account chapter, accounting of share capital. Today I am coming with the one more question. It is on the basis of pro rata basis question, and it will be lengthy because it has a huge information in this, and we have to make all the journal entries over there and making forfeiture also, and we will do reissue also in this question. So let's begin with the concept known as question number 15. I'll first do the questions over here, and according to this question table I will prepare a working note over here. Here it is also there a forfeiture, but forfeiture requires space, but I don't have a space over here. So what I will do, I'll rub this contain and make it sure that the forfeiture will be displayed in the working note area. I'll try to make this question displayed every moment of this video. Now let's begin with the question. I'll go with the terms, but be careful that the video is been pasted on the huge screen, but the questions which I have written, it may be a smaller font. Whatever I am speaking, just concentrate on that speaking words, and what I am trying to say to you and explaining to you, this content has to be clear, that's it. And the amount which I have to write over here, it has already been calculated by me, and it is there with my in hand with my paper. So I'll not do calculation over here, but I'll show you how to calculate, and I'll write the amount over here. So let's begin with the question. Question number 15. In this question it has been mentioned that XYZ Limited invited application for issuing 75,000 equity shares of rupees 10 each at a premium of rupees 5. The amount was payable as follows. On application and allotment, 9 rupees per share including premium. On first and final call, balance amount. Here it has been said that here it has I am having a space, so I will write it in short form. On application and allotment, you have to collect 9 rupees, but it has including premium. Okay, and then first and final call will have 6 rupees. So if we add this, the total amount of 15 rupees will be received by the organization. So it will fulfill all the concepts as 10 rupees and 5 rupees. 10 plus 5 is equal to 15 rupees we will receive. So this much has to be taken care. Now let's begin with the concept. The exact concept is here. Application for 3 lakh shares were received. Here the application has been received as 3 lakh shares into 9 rupees. So here 27 lakh rupees has been received by the organization. Now it is full stop, so I will make it apostrophe, so you will be understanding that what concept I am trying to do. Application for 2 lakh shares were rejected. Out of 3 lakh, 2 lakh shares are cancelled, whereas 1 lakh shares they will make it into 75,000 shares. They will make this into 75,000. So let's continue the concept. Shares was allotted on pro rata basis to the remaining application. 3 lakh में से 2 lakh चला गया, बचा कितना 1 lakh. उस 1 lakh को उन्होंने pro rata basis पे अप्लाई किया, where 1 lakh shares were being converted into 75,000 shares. Now the first and final call was made. So everything has been fulfilled over here. We have to make 4 entries here as usual. First, bank account to share application and allotment, then transfer, then call, then amount of call has has to be entered as a 4 entry. Now we are going with the next part considered as forfeiture. Here the amount was duly received except 1500 applied by Ravi. Be careful with the word. Here it has been said applied, not allotted. So you have to find allotment here, not applicable. For example, here they have issued 1500 shares. So 1500 shares is equal to 1 lakh. The 1 lakh people has 1 lakh shares were been applied. Out of that, Ravi has applied 15,000. So in 1 lakh we have issued as 75,000. So 15,000 how much? Sorry, 1500 how much? What we will do? We will do cross multiplication. After doing cross multiplication, we will get 1125 shares. This is an allotted shares by the organization. I am doing this in this word as a rough word because it is not having in space, so you can understand this concept very well. Now, his share was forfeited, first of yes. Forfeiture share was reissued at discount of rupees for each share. Past journal entries for the above transaction in the books of XY Limited. Now, this much question has been mentioned to you, but we have to make a certain format. I have made the format, but the fonts are very slow. So I will explain you in a word by word. I will show you what the amount, what will be coming over there. So first I need to rub this. Okay. Now we will go with the working note first. This working note will be there for this slot. This slot means second paragraph. In first paragraph, it was clearly said that 75,000 shares were to be allotted. But second information, your second paragraph has a information where 3 lakh shares were being received. I'll try to make sure that the content comes under that bracket and box, and according to video, it will be seen. Now, let's begin with the concept one by one. I have prepared here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. A column has to be there, but I have made 8 columns over here. But the last column will be of total. So total is not required, it's okay. We will be handling very carefully here. So first column is having of applied. Applications were received. So here application was totally received 3 lakh rupees. 3 lakh shares. Out of that 2 lakh were rejected and 1 lakh was with pro rata. So here I am writing 2 lakh and 1 lakh respectively, and overall total 3 lakh shares. It can be seen in the video. If not, what I am speaking, just concentrate on that. So now next column is allotted. In allotted column, 2 lakh shares were being rejected. So I will make it dash over here. But 1 lakh shares were being converted into 75,000. So allotted will be 75,000. It has to mention into the total also. Next column is money received on application and allotment. Column number 3, it has mentioned money received on application and allotment. So we have to write the total amount over here. So how I write the total amount? 2 lakh shares which were being rejected. Out of that 1 lakh shares were being pro rata. But before doing this pro rata, we have to write the amount which we have received including including premium. So let's begin with the amount. 2 times of 18 means 18 lakh rupees were been received on application and allotment, which has been totally rejected and refunded. Now 9 lakh rupees which has actually get the share. So here I am writing the amount money received on application and allotment. Here I am writing 18 lakhs which are completely rejected, whereas 9 lakh shares, 9 lakh rupees were being adjusted. If we add this total, it will come as 27 lakh rupees of 3 lakh shares. Of 3 lakh shares, we will receive 27 lakh rupees, and out of that we will return back 18 lakh, and the 75,000 shares will be adjusted. Now, here it has mentioned column number 4, transfer to share capital. The amount has to be distributed. So I have clearly mentioned over here, so it will be easy to understand. Now, as you know that 9 rupees were being divided into 2 parts. One part is of 5 rupees of securities premium and 4 rupees of regular face value. So we have received 3 lakh applications, correct? Out of 3 lakh, we have to calculate into 5 and into 4. So let's begin with the 4. 4 into 3 means 30. We have received 3 lakh shares. Out of that, we have reduced to 2 lakh shares were being reduced. So we are having 1 lakh shares. We have to calculate this 1 lakh into 4. So 4 lakh rupees has to be transferred to share capital. Whereas if we are talking about exactly how much share has to be allotted, so here it has been mentioned allotted 75,000. So this amount will not come because we have to adjust the exact amount to 75,000. So 4 multiplied by 75,000. If we calculate 4 into 75,000, it will come about 3 lakh rupees. This 3 lakh rupees will be transferred to share capital, whereas 5 into 75,000, if we calculate this, it will come as 3,75,000, which is security premium. The amount has to be adjusted in this table, and then we have to make a journal entries. So, as you know that 4 rupees into 75,000 shares is equal to 3 lakhs. The transfer of share capital in the first row will be nil. So I will make it dash, 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 because first column of 2 lakh shares is not having any transaction except refundable. Now we are going with the transfer of share capital, where the amount has to transfer as 3 lakh rupees. The total you have to write as 3 lakh over there. So the amount will be tallied accordingly. Now I have mentioned here one box considered as security premium. The rest amount has to be transferred to security premium. So security premium amount will also be calculated as 3,75,000. 3,75,000. But if we calculate exactly, we need to plus this. If we plus this, then the total will be 6,75,000, which has to be actually collected. The rest amount has been an excess. So 9 lakh minus 6,75,000, it will consider as 2,25,000. Here 2,25,000 will be as an excess application and allotment money, which will be adjusted at the end of first and final call entry. Now, just going with the concept, 2,25,000 share, rupees, 2,25,000 rupees has been an excess amount. I am writing a normal one so that we can calculate as 9 lakh rupees by adding 6,75,000 plus 2,25,000. The total amount of 9 lakh rupees has been adjusted according to this term. The entry will be easy also because you can write this entry very carefully. How? Because the table which we have prepared, it is very easy to understand. Now, in first entry it is normally 27 lakh. We can write bank account debit to share application and allotment account debit 27 lakh rupees on both sides. But when you are transferring that allotment and application money, that time this table will help you how to write the entry. So what we can do, share application account debit to bank account debit to securities premium account debit to share capital account. So everything will be entered according to this, and to share first and final call will be last entry we have to do. We will do this over here one by one, but I am saying that according to this table you can write journal entries also. Now, share first and final call money was to be received. Now I will calculate over here for 75,000 shares at the rate of 6 rupees. So let's begin. 75,000 shares of 6 rupees. 6 rupees means you have to call up as an 6 rupees on first and final call. If we calculate this amount, it will come as 4,50,000 rupees. So share first and final call amount has to be written as 4,50,000. This amount has to be received by the company. Now, out of that, the amount has to be adjusted. But I cannot write adjusted entry over here because we have to first make it forfeiture. Then forfeiture application has to be adjusted accordingly, and then the amount has to mention over here. But by making a rough concept, I'll do it over here only, so it will be understood very carefully. So I'll do it that term also. Here it is said that Mr. Ravi has applied 1,50,000 shares, but company has allotted that into, normally we have to make sure that the allotted amount also. So I have already mentioned that 1,500 is equal to 1,500 is equal to question mark 1 lakh is equal to 75,000. Just do cross multiplication. In cross multiplication you will find out as 1,500 into 75,000 upon 1 lakh. Just cancel zeros. So you will have 15 into 75. 5 5s are 25. 7 5 are 35. 37. 5 7. If you add this 5 2 1 1, that means 1,125 shares were being allotted by the organization to Ravi. So let's begin the calculation. Exactly what happens over here, I'll show you. Now, just concentrate in this second paragraph. In the second paragraph, it has been said 1,500 applied. Means he has paid 1,500 into 9 rupees. So 1,500 into 9, we have to calculate this. But I am having the figure, so I'll write it directly over here. Here he has paid 1,3500. It was been paid on application, but he has been allotted as normally 1,125 share. I have not mentioned over here, but I will mention it. allotted 1125 shares. This amount is based on application. The application money has been received by the organization. Now, what I will do, I will make this official now on allotment. The application has been allotted as 1125 multiplied by 9. If we calculate this total, you will get 10,125 rupees. If we calculate this into 9, then we will get 10,125. So you need to find the excess application and allotment money. So I will move minus over here. Once I am doing minus here, then 75, then 3,375 rupees is an application's excess money. Here I am writing excess money. This excess money is from application and allotment. Now I am going to make another concept. Just remember this 3375. Now company has asked for share first and final call. First and final call will be asked for 1125 multiplied by 6. If we calculate this, we will get 6,750. But 3,375, which has already been accessed, it has to be reduced here. So 3375. If we minus this, the remaining balance will be 3375. This amount is excess which has been received by the company. But 3375 is nothing but not receivable amount. Not received on share first and final call. So what we will do, we will enter that 450,000 minus 3375. If we do minus here, so I will find the adjusted amount over here. So how will be adjusted amount has to be found? It has to be reduced here. So here the amount will be coming as 4,46,625, which has been adjusted after the amount. So we have to write 446,625. This amount has been actually received on share first and final call. Now we have to be concentrating on the first 4 entries, and then we will carry forward with the forfeiture and then reissue of that forfeiture share, and then we will transfer to capital reserve. So this much has been done for the working note purpose. Now let's begin with the entries. One by one we will discuss all the entries and make it fast so that it will be easy for you to understand. The main work has been completed as working note part has clearly displayed. So let's begin with the journal entries. One by one I will make it entries. Being you can write by your own according to question, because I don't have that much space to make it all the being entries over here. So I'll start one by one. I'll tell you what to write in the being. So let's begin with the first part. First part, here you have to receive an amount. So bank account debit, but you have to receive 3 lakh shares into 9 rupees. So 27 lakh rupees you have received. Bank account debit to share application and allotment account. Here 2 lakh 70, sorry, 27 lakh rupees has been received by the organization. Now we have to go with the transfer of the share. So I am not writing B here, but you have to write according to your needs. We have completed near about 15 questions. So I am saying that the amount, the share application and allotment money received on 3 lakh shares at the rate of 9 rupees. This much can be written over here. Now, entry number 2 is related to transfer of that share. I have to be very much clear with this. Here we have to make an entry for 75,000 shares. The rest amount has to be adjusted, and then the rest 2 lakh rupees, 2 lakh shares has to be refunded. So let's begin with that. Share application and allotment account debit. The amount will be 2,27 lakh. Out of that, we have to first make 2 share capital account. I have made the amount over here. If you see this 3 lakh rupees is your transfer to share capital. So amount will be here as 3 lakh. Now I have already mentioned here security premium 3,75,000. So make this entry security premium account 3,75,000. Now what we have to do, we have to make the amount refund. So we have to write here also to bank account. Here we have to mention very much clearly 2 lakh shares into 9 rupees. So here we have to pay back written as 18 lakh. Now the rest amount, which is I am mentioning over here as an excess application money, 2,25,000, it has been transferred to share first and final call. Just doing this to share first and final call account 2,25,000. Now you can write the being according to this solution. I am not doing the being because you know that the time is too much now. So carry forwarding with the third entry. In third entry, first we have to do transfer and then we have to receive the money. Let's go in with the entry. Share first and final call account debit to share capital account. Now what about the amount? As I already said that we have to make this table, and this table will help in the total. Here the amount has been mentioned 4,5000. 4,50,000 has been on first and final point. Now the amount will be received. Here you have to write being accordingly. As I already said, you have to write the being accordingly. Now entry number 4, bank account debit to share first and final call account. Now the amount which we have received is 4,46,625. So we have to write 446625. 446625. Now here you have to mention the amount which has not been received. Here you have to write being share first and final call account has received for 4,46,625 rupees except 1,500 shares where Ravi didn't pay the share first and final call application, first and final call amount. So this much can be entered accordingly. Here 1500 shares where 1125 amount is not received. Here we have to write the share 1125 which has been allotted. It is not been receiving as 6 rupees. So here we did not receive 3375 rupees. So it has to be mentioned accordingly in the question. Now we are going to carry forward with this forfeiture concept. So let's begin with the forfeiture concept first. But first we need to rub this and then we'll carry forward with the entry number 5. Here we go with the entry number 5. Now in entry number 5, it has been said that the share has to be forfeited and reissued at the discount of 4 rupees. So first we have to make a share forfeiture account. So in this we have to write the entry first for share capital where the amount will be share capital account. Here 1125 which has been allotted into 10 account debit because we have been allotted 1125 to Ravi. So 1125 into 10 is equal to 11250. This much amount of shares has to be forfeited. Now the amount which has been not received and the amount which has been received has to be adjusted over here. So let's begin with the part of that particular question. Let's go with the term to share forfeited account to share first and final call account. As you have not received 3375, so we can reduce the amount 11250 minus 3375. So we can get the exact figure of 7875. This much amount has been forfeited by the organization. So we have to write 7875. This much of amounts are being forfeited. Now what we have to do? We have to write a being over here that share has been forfeited for non-payment of first and final call. So being can be written by you accordingly. Question number 6. Question entry number 6. In entry number 6, the amount has been forfeited. It has to be reissued. So the amount of shares of 1125 is being reissued at the rupees of 6. So let's begin with this bank account debit. Debit. Here we have to be careful where 1125 shares multiplied by 6 because it has been said that the amount has been paid by discounted by 4 rupees. So we have to calculate this amount. This amount will come into 6750. Now the balance amount of that particular share has to be taken by the forfeiture. So write share forfeited account 1125 multiplied by 4 debit is equal to 4,500 to share capital account 11250. This much entry has been done for reissue. After reissue, we have to make one more entry, which is a transfer to capital reserve. Entry number 7. Here we have to write as share forfeiture account debit to share to capital reserve account. Then the balance amount which we have to transfer or adjust, it will be come from here. Now we have to go as share forfeiture account debit to capital reserve account. Here the amount can be done as the credit minus debit. We have to do credit minus debit. So the amount exactly which we have as on credit side 7875. Out of that we have adjusted 4500. Now we will reduce this amount. It will come 3375. This amount has been transferred to capital reserve. So we are going to 3375. This much entries are to be done in the sum. Now this much content has been done within half an hour. More than half an hour it has been taken to solve this on board. But if you make it a practice regularly, it will take only 15 minutes maximum if you solve this data very carefully, constantly you do it, and then you can write the journal entries. Because I need to explain, it will be doubled. So you have to make sure that the practice should be made at every interval for every question. In next video, I'll come with the purchase consideration 1 question, and I'll wind up this chapter. That's it for today. Thank you.